Hi everybody, welcome to Hairdresser and we have Jessica, how do you say your last name? Warburton?
Warburton, yeah.
Warburton, I was good, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But you're known as?
Hair Hunter.
Hair Hunter, here she is everybody, it's the Hair Hunter. And then you have an interesting story, I want to get right into it. Okay. Now you've been doing hair a long time, I mean, technically.
Yeah.
But you know, you started out, you were in the military, right?
Yeah, so I was in the Army National Guard for 8 years. I did counterintelligence for the Army for 8 years.
Oh, cool.
It was a big career change for
yeah.
sure. I went in, actually, it's kind of crazy because today is 9/11.
Yes.
And so on this day in 2001, tomorrow actually was the day that I went and I had my butt in the recruiting center and I was signing up. I was enlisting.
How old were you when that all happened?
I was, oh man, like 20?
Yeah, so
why are you asking me my age, man? No.
I don't know, man. We'll do the
You're
math.
giving away my secrets. No,
I know,
no.
but you look good. That's all that matters, you know?
Yeah, I'll be 36 in a couple
Oh, damn.
weeks, actually.
Okay, I got to leave. I don't even People over 30 I can't talk to because I'm 55, so you know.
Sorry.
Yeah. But so what inspired you to go into the recruiting office and everything? What was the story?
Well, I was in college at the time. I was working for Delta Airlines, actually, part-time as a customer service agent, and I was actually at work. And I remember one of the other guys, he was in the Army Reserves, and he came in and he grabbed me from the front desk and he was like, Jessica, you got to come back here and look at this. And we go back. We had a TV in our little back room, and we were looking at it, and he was like, a plane just flew into the tower, you know. And we're sitting there like, dude. And I looked at him, and he was like, dude. And we were just like, dude.
Yeah.
I think we said
and then
that.
Went, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let's go do something.
No joke. We just sat there like, dude, this was not an accident. Like, I remember that day so clearly, just like I think, you know, a lot of Americans do.
Yeah.
And I couldn't pay for, I was having problems paying for college because college it was not cheap back then, and it's still not cheap.
No, it's definitely not cheap.
And he was like, why don't you just go enlist? He was like, I got people you could talk to, because I was upset, I was mad.
Yeah.
You know, and so he got me in touch with some recruiters, and I went in and I was like, hey, you know, this is what I'm interested in. I'm interested in intelligence, you know. I want to do these sorts of things later in life. What can you help me out with? And they tossed me some options, and I chose counterintelligence because of, you know, the training that you get doing something like that. I had a vast variety of options choosing a job like that with the military, because I could interrogate, I could perform liaison. They sent me to language school, so I also speak Mandarin Chinese fairly fluently, not as fluent as I used to be, but I
How do you say hairdresser power in Mandarin Chinese?
You know what?
There might not be a word
that
for that.
is something I would probably have to look up.
Okay, all right.
But if you wanted to talk politics, I could probably
oh yeah, there you go.
that I could probably still do, oddly enough. But like, you could drop me off in like Beijing and I could probably
get around.
I could probably get around. Yeah, I could find the bathroom, I could find a restaurant, I could
that's important
find,
stuff.
You know, stuff
yeah,
like that.
That's cool.
So yeah, so I enlisted and I enjoyed it. You know, I did that for 8 years.
Yep, and then something happened where you had to get out.
Yeah, so in 2010, February 2010, I was diagnosed with a very late stage of ovarian cancer.
Oh, jeez.
I had 12 pounds of cancer taken out of my body, approximately 12 pounds.
That's amazing.
So I flatlined and I stopped breathing at different points during the surgery. So, you know, I didn't have much of a choice, really. And when you're a good soldier, they give you options.
Right.
You know, so I could actually go back if I wanted to. They let me choose. I could either take a retirement, I could get a medical chapter, or I could stay in. And a chapter is you know, it's kind of like in legal field how they have, you know, like a bankruptcy has a chapter 11. Like, it's kind of like that. It's different chapters for different reasons. So I could have taken what was considered a medical chapter. I actually took the retirement. I didn't want to take a medical chapter because I always want that option to go back if I want to go. And two, I didn't want to stay in because all I could think was, okay, if I get deployed somewhere like Iraq or something crazy,
things go wrong,
and I fall out of remission.
Yes.
It's not. There's a lot of logistics that are involved. It's not as easy as just calling the ambulance here and having someone at my doorstep in 3 minutes.
That's right.
You know, so I had to think about a lot of things like that. So I really had to reevaluate, you know, what I was going to do, because, you know, my goal at that point in my life was to like work with like the CIA or the FBI, something like that, doing, forensics or like criminal profiling type of work, I've always been the weird guy. So, it's
nothing wrong with that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what? And I'm
You'd
like,
make a great hairdresser. No, just kidding.
Right? I actually used to be told that a lot.
Yes.
Or I would, I always joke, I'm like, if the coroner's office called me, I'd be like, yeah, when can I start?
Yeah.
And everybody's like,
I interviewed Eva LaRue from CSI before.
Nice.
Yeah, on my other show, I have another show. It's called Health Beauty Life. Yeah, she's really cool.
That would be so cool.
That's kind of that whole thing, the CSI thing.
Yeah, that's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, when that all happened, I had to kind of find a new path, and I kind of fell into hair and I think a lot of people
luckily
do
when
that.
you fall into hair, it cushions you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right? Like you don't break your knees.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no 50-pound rucksacks.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Actually 70-pound. They measure. They weigh them in boot
Oh,
camp.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's tough
horrible
stuff.
But I started, actually, when I was going through chemotherapy, I would see a lot of people, particularly women, and we're talking women with like, when I say 6 to 7 figures, I mean like high 6-figure salaries to 7 figures. I grew up in Northwest Arkansas, so the Walmart home offices are there.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of companies there because Walmart requires, if you want to sell in their stores, you have to have a satellite office of some sort of size. They don't care how big or small it is, but you got to have somebody there in Bentonville area, that area. So I was there with women who, were very successful and, coming in, and I get it. I was that guy. I get it. You don't want to look good. You don't want to get up and do anything. You just want to go. And so I would show some of these women like how to draw on your eyebrows, little things like that, because that's something people don't tell you. They don't tell you when you lose your hair, you're going to lose like all of your body hair, to include like your eyelashes and your eyebrows.
Yeah, with the chemo, right?
Yeah, it all goes. It all goes. I saved a lot of money on razors that point in my life.
Yeah, not a good way to do it though. But hey,
but
there you found the positive.
silver lining,
you did the positive. There you go.
Brush off the rust. You'll find some silver there, right?
That's right.
So this one lady and when you go to chemo, you go in cycles. So I went every 3 weeks. But generally, the people that are there with you are the people you see every time you go.
Yeah, they're on your cycle.
Yeah. So if somebody doesn't show up and they didn't ring the bell, like most chemo rooms, like your last chemo, you ring, there's a big bell and you get to ring it.
Yeah.
And so if somebody doesn't show up, you don't really ask why.
Right.
You usually know why.
Yes.
But this one lady was there and we started talking. She was like, I don't know how you do it, because I wore, I had my eyeliner and lashes glued on, and I looked like this. Even I might have felt terrible, but I still felt like I looked good.
Yeah.
And so I started showing her some things, and she brought a wig to me. And I took it home. She was like, take this home and fix it. I was like, okay. So I take it home. I watched a couple of, like, at the time, Tabitha's Salon Takeover was really big. Popular, really big. And I love her.
Tyson, you remember when they were in the battle, when she became, well known, was in the Sheer Genius.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy Tyson, her little nemesis guy, he used to work with us for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a while back, I remember.
That was a long time ago,
Yeah,
actually.
it was.
But yeah, I watched a couple of Tabitha's Takeover, and I was like, whatever, this is easy. I could do that.
Yeah.
No.
I've been there.
So wrong. But I watched that, and I watched like some like YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I chopped up this wig with my grandma's kitchen scissors.
Nice, you're creative. I like that.
Yeah, those scissors, like the orange handle.
The pinking shears, yeah.
Yeah, and you cut your food up.
Nice zigzags, yeah. Remember those, the pinking shears? They made a zigzag pattern?
Yep.
Yeah, I used to cut hair with those when I was young. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, so I used those, and I chopped the wig up, took it back to this lady, and she was like, oh my God, I paid $350, and it didn't look near as good as it does now. And in my mind, I'm like about to throw up, because she gave me a $350 wig to cut up, but she loved it. So I remember telling my mom, I was like, I think I'm gonna go to beauty school, and she was like, you're gonna hate that, and that's not for you. And I was like, no, whatever.
And so you loved it, though. Long story short, you loved it?
Yeah, I love it.
And you had talent, obviously.
I mean, I don't think I'm the one who should like judge my own talent. I think other people, kind of decide if you're talented or not.
Are they loving you?
I think they're loving me. I don't have a whole lot of haters that I know of, but I don't. I subscribe to a special philosophy of when it comes to haters, so I just don't really care what they think.
You just send them a package of Haterade, right? And they mix it with water.
Yeah, I'm like, here you go. I mean, I have like it's a bad word, but
they can go to somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll let you read. I have it engraved on my watch, actually.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Because I think it's a good reminder for
Let me see.
people. Because I have
I can't focus.
friends who constantly, can you see that?
It says, oh, that's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
It's two special words that we like.
yeah. So,
Go to our website to find out more. That's good, right?
I'll post it on my Instagram.
Yeah, there you go.
later.
Take a picture of it and like put it up there.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and that's what I think, when you get these haters, the more successful you get, the more arrows you're going to get in your back.
Yeah.
And, one of my good friends, and we're all guilty of this. I can think of her because, it's something that I told her one day. And then anytime I would beat myself up, she'd be like, Jess, remember your saying? And I'm always, oh, yeah.
Yeah, words to live by, right? Yeah.
Yep. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it, but.
F cancer.
Yeah,
can say
there you
that.
go.
There you
F
go.
'em. But and for me, it just kind of became my mantra, I guess.
Yeah.
So like whenever I get people who don't like what I'm doing,
Yeah.
man, they don't matter. They're not gonna
Yeah.
affect
What's
my
rule
life.
number? What's rule number 1?
F 'em.
Yeah. There you go.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what they think.
If they don't like it, they're not
Yeah.
the one
Right. You're right.
paying me to do it.
That's right.
So as long as the person in my chair likes what I've done for them,
Absolutely.
what I've created for them, that's all that matters.
That's all that
At the end
matters.
of the day, it doesn't matter if if American Salon or Modern Salon or I'm all about the hair. If any of those places don't post it, it's okay to me.
Yeah.
If it's not something that they want to post, or if some random Joe Schmo that I don't even know,
Right.
do you know who Ash Fortis is? XO Stylist XO.
It sounds good though.
She's great. Her work's
Sounds
really
really good,
pretty.
yeah.
And I remember, a couple years ago, she did this really cool, it was very unique colors, and she got a lot of hate over it. And I really admired, I wanted to reach out and high five her because
Right.
she took that approach to it too.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
like, whatever, if you don't like it, it's
Yeah.
fine. It doesn't
Like people
matter
didn't
at
like
the end of the day.
Picasso initially.
Yeah.
They go,
and-
all of them, and now look. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and now an original Picasso goes for
Oh, forget
millions of
about it.
dollars.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
So there you go.
that's kind
Well,
of
you're an
how-
artist, bottom line, and you know what? It's subjective,
Yeah,
and it's okay.
yeah, completely.
And as long as they're paying you and you're making a living and you're love what you're doing, more power to you.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I
And that's
love
what I
it.
tell people. I'm like, I just bought, I'm not super materialistic, but I did you saw my car.
Yeah.
That's my dream car.
Yeah.
I cried when I drove that car
Aw.
off the lot.
And the fact that it had 2 10s in the back and had
And
you
it came
bump,
with it.
even better, right?
It's great. It's
She
great.
rolls up and I'm like, what's that all about? She's like, oh yeah, it's got 2 10s in the back. I'm like,
2 10s.
there you go.
I drive it. It's
get the
a
bump.
Dodge Challenger. It's my baby.
There you go. There you go. Right on.
But it's
so you're living the life. You're having a good one.
Yeah, and I think
Cancer free for how long?
almost 8 years now.
Good job.
I'll hit 8 years in February. So.
What's the number that they like with that? Is it 5 years, 10 years, 8 years? What do they like with that type of cancer?
Well, with my situation, it was tough because to even get the diagnosis and make it out of surgery, I was at that point one of less than 30%.
Ooh,
So-
so low percentages, yeah.
Yeah, so at the 2-year mark, I was less than 10%. At my 5-year mark, I was less than 1%.
Wow.
Now I'm statistically one of less than 0.05%.
So that's good.
I don't know if it's even measured past that
yeah,
point anymore.
Survivability rate is what we're talking about.
Yeah. So, I think it has definitely made me bolder in my decisions and with what I do because it's, when you got the Grim Reaper and
Yeah.
you're kind of walking around basically
yeah.
flipping him off all the time,
Yeah. There you go.
you think a little bit harder about.
Kid,
what
you're living
gonna
on borrowed
do.
time.
Yeah, basically. And I was like, make the most of that borrowed time.
That's right. Damn it. Well, you're doing it. I love it. So what I want to say is, we got some pictures here today. We also have a video.
Okay.
I want to kind of go over some of the things you do, and I'm sure you'll have plenty to say about them. We have some stuff right there we'd like to show everybody, and we can go over that. That's you. Ooh, boy.
Yes, that is
Hello.
me.
There you are.
I'm pretty much dead in that. I'm a vegetable right there.
You're on a ventilator?
Yeah, a ventilator. I think my mom would know better than what I think I would, because I don't remember a whole lot from this. I was sedated. And I hated it at the time that my mom even took this picture. You guys got really mad at my mom. I was like, why would you take a picture of me like that?
I'm glad
But
she took it,
now,
actually.
Yeah, me too,
Yeah.
because there's definitely been days where I'm just like, ugh,
Remember
hate
this?
life. I don't want to get up. And then I see that pop up in my phone. I have a folder in my phone called Important Documents. And it has, like, there's a picture of a peeping Jesus. Like, he's like, and to me, that's like an important document. Like, when my friends are like, hey, you want to go to a metal show? I'm like, I send them the peeping Jesus.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then there's like a picture of like my cosmetology license and
significant things.
This is in there too.
That's a significant. Oh, that's absolutely.
Yeah, because I think that, you know, sometimes people need to see and I need to see. I need to be reminded of like, dude, like.
Yeah, that could have been you all the way there.
Yeah, like you could have been in the coroner's office completely for the wrong reasons.
Right. Yeah, CSI, but not as the guy doing the investigation.
Yeah, not the cool chick.
Yeah, no. Which now you're the cool chick and you're still here. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, cool.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next? Oh, is that during chemo or?
So this is actually, I took
cool eyebrows, by the way.
Thanks. I completely drew those on.
Those are very cool.
My chola days over there. But this was actually right after my very last chemo. That's in my grandma's house. And because I lived with them while I was going through chemo because my mom was a full-time nurse and she was actually recovering at the time from breast cancer as well. So it was kind of a crazy story there too.
Yeah.
But I was living with them. The shirt, you can't see what my shirt says, but it says I've got cancer by the short and curlies. So it's like
that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Like a reference to like just grabbing
grabbing it by the, short and curlies, yeah.
Yeah. And my Rubik's Cube earrings, I love those. But that was my last day of chemo. I rang the bell that day. And then I got to my grandma's house and I was like, yes. And I clicked on, it was when Photo Booth had just come out for Apple computers and I was playing around with it. And so the picture's kind of grainy, but it's still to this day like one of my favorite photos because I just feel like I look good.
You're happy. You could see.
Yeah.
You know, it captured the moment, didn't it?
And it shows how awesome I am bald.
Oh, yeah. Not bad. Shane O'Connor's got nothing in you.
Thanks. I often debate going back to that because I'm like,
it's not bad. It's kind of a hot look.
It was easy.
I could go for it. I mean, not me, but I like it. Not a girl. I think bald girls look cool. If they do cool makeup.
Presley Poe, I think she is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like that girl is so beautiful with her and her buzz cut.
Well, then you just focus on the makeup and the face, and you can do a lot with that. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Nice frame, but a different kind of frame.
Yeah, totally.
The absence of a frame. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, this is a cool one.
Oh yeah, so one of my best friends from high school took this. He's now a fashion photographer in New York City, and it of you can't tell in the photo, and I love him for that. But I was super sick. I could barely even walk when we did this photo. I was right under 80 pounds.
Wow.
In this.
Yeah, because you're little.
Yeah, I'm little now, and I've gained weight, but I think I was like 78 pounds in this photo or something, and I had just come out of the hospital, and I had just had my first round of chemo, and we did these on a Monday in my hometown, Fayetteville, in that northwest corner of Arkansas there.
Yeah.
It's
a cool wall.
That Monday, that's how my home is. It's like Hobbitville.
Ooh, I feel
like little elves should live, where I grew up all the time.
Very cool.
And by that Friday, this was a Monday, that Friday I was in the hospital again for like 2 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've known a lot of people that have not made it, and I've had lost brothers and things like that. But yeah, I'm glad you're here because I know it's a struggle.
Too.
It's a big struggle.
Yeah, and I love this photo because Kurt, I see this photo and I'm like, I'm the only person who knows
No, it looks great.
how sick I was, and I see it, I'm like, damn, dude, you made me look so hot. I look so good.
No filters, no photoshopping. No, just kidding.
Who knows? I don't know. I don't want to know. Kurt, please, if you're
bottom
watching,
line,
don't
it's
tell
great.
me.
We like it. Thanks, Kurt. We love it. What do we got next? I think it's a video, right? Is this the video? No. Oh.
How one hairstylist is empowering women with cancer to redefine beauty.
It's just mind-blowing to me that hair can have that effect on people. You can literally change someone's whole perspective just by making them feel good about themselves.
Jess was diagnosed with stage 3C ovarian cancer when she was just 28 years old. A diagnosis that ended up leading her to her passion of styling hair.
So for me, to be able to be here and express that for other people, that's the end goal. I feel that at the end of the day, if I feel like I look good, I feel better overall physically too. I wasn't scared of dying I think my first initial thought was, oh my God, my hair is gonna fall out.
She underwent emergency surgery to remove 12 pounds of cancer and over 400 polyps on her lower intestine alone. Her heart stopped during the surgery, and the doctors told her mother to get her life insurance paperwork in order.
When you find out you died during a surgery, you definitely wake up with a different attitude.
And she's giving back to cancer survivors like Rosemary.
There is struggles in your head where you're like, who's going to accept me, or is someone going to freak out because today I don't look so great? You have to learn to love yourself and say it's okay if I have a bad day.
Jess learned to love herself by taking control of her situation. She made the choice to shave off her locks before chemo had the opportunity to take them.
Shaving your head at the same time, the most dehumanizing thing you could go through, I think, but so incredibly freeing at the same time. I learned that I didn't have to fit a societal beauty standard in order for people to think I was pretty, and I didn't want to go through chemo feeling like I was disgusting. I kind of started like doing hair in the chemo room because when I went to chemo, I didn't understand why people showed up. They were walking in their ratty sweatpants with holes in them with these old lady turbans on their head. And I walked in looking just like this, except I had a headscarf on. There's no way I'm changing my life because I got sick. I'm just gonna keep going and doing what I gotta do, period. I'm not gonna cater to something that invaded me like that. No deal.
Jess went to chemo with her signature winged eyeliner and false eyelashes, and the other women started to take notice. Soon they came to Jess for help in reclaiming their own beauty too. One woman in particular stood out.
I showed her how to like glue on eyelashes and draw on her eyebrows. And then one day she brings in her wig. She's like, I think you should take this home and do something fun with it for me. I took that thing home. I took my grandma's kitchen scissors, cut that lady's wig up. And she was like, oh my God, I love this. That's when I decided, I was like, I'm just gonna go to beauty school. I'm gonna do this.
Jess hopes to give her clients the hairdos that give them the confidence to take on the world.
I want them to feel good about themselves, regardless of everything else that they're going through in their life.
For Rosemary's look, Jess chose to have her rock her ribbons, putting in colors that represent the different kinds of cancers that have touched their lives.
Purple for pancreatic. The blue is for colon cancer. The green is a way to create a teal for ovarian cancer. And then the pink is for breast cancer. So I wanted to represent, collectively all of the things that we've dealt with.
We love how Jess is using her talents to empower other women.
Like a week ago and get her hair done again. And
Yeah, we're on. So that is a client that you're still doing.
yeah, she actually is a cancer survivor as well. And she was actually what I was just saying was she's supposed to come in about a week ago, but she's had to have some more surgeries, so we had to we had to kind of juggle some things around. So. And
we were talking while the video was going that you actually seek out and like to work on people that are cancer survivors.
Yeah, I bring them in as hair models a lot.
Awesome.
If they meet like hair model qualifications, of
Yes,
course.
I understand.
Not everybody is a candidate. Sorry,
No, it's life.
But and chemo does a lot of really weird things to your hair. Her hair was her natural hair. There wasn't a lot of color in it or anything like that. And it just, there was like weird banding and different things, and that was from chemo. Like people don't realize there's really crazy residual effects.
Oh,
It stays in your body for a little while.
Yeah, it does, absolutely.
So. Yeah, so I've done hers, and I have a few other on my Instagram page that are cancer survivors. I have one client who comes in periodically. She doesn't do color, but she's a Iraq refugee. She left the Iraq War, which was like a crazy story to me. Like I can't even imagine having to deal with that.
I know.
I've had hair models who are domestic abuse survivors. I just want to give back.
Yes.
To people who've like legitimately been through something,
Yeah, we should. We should all be able. If we have the means to do it, make sure we're okay first.
Yeah, totally.
Right. Make sure you're okay first.
Totally.
Yeah. And then give back. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have some questions here.
Okay.
And the first one is, how would someone get a hold of you about being a hair model or helping in some kind of way? How would they get a hold of you?
You can always DM me on my Instagram. I do read every single comment, every single direct message. Although if you're like a creep, I'm gonna block you.
Oh yeah.
But
as it should be, right?
And that's coming from the creepy girl.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Instagram, it even has my business line on there, so you can always text my business line. I wouldn't recommend calling it because
Yeah, you got to make sure who it is and leave a message and then figure out if you want to talk to them, just like everybody does.
Yeah, just
right?
text, because I'm more likely to, I can respond easier to a text message
Gotcha.
or a direct message than I can a phone call, because I get the voicemails and I listen and then I forget because I'm at work and I'm busy.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't get called back for like 2 or 3 days,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Life happens, right?
Yeah, so the easiest way is through my Instagram.
Okay, good. Now I wanted to ask you a couple of technical questions here.
Okay.
So, how often do you post? Remember I told you I was going to ask you that.
Yeah. So I go through phases. I mean, I think we kind of talked about this too. I go
Yes.
through phases where I'm just like,
I'm over this.
I don't want to do anything. Yeah. But I do try to post something at least once a day. For me, my followers kind of tend to drop off if I post too much.
Okay.
So I think 2 to 3 times a day is probably my max.
Okay.
I'll do Insta stories though all day long sometimes.
Yeah. Then they could choose whether they want to deal with it or not. Yeah.
Yeah, and in addition to that, I feel like Instagram kind of rewards you a little bit for, if you're using whatever their newest feature is.
Oh, with their algorithm? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hairdressers can't do math, so
Right.
ha ha, funny you guys,
We
right?
can count money though.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, how you
I
doing,
can
Joey?
teach you how to stack
Yeah.
paper.
That's right.
But
and
no,
get those pens bumping. Okay, sorry.
I can teach you how to spend it too,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I feel like, if you're using their new stickers or if you're using the Insta stories,
Yeah.
I've seen my engagement skyrocket. And, you hear a lot of people talk, well, if you have this many followers but only 60 likes on a photo, yeah, I've seen that.
Yes.
And I've not bought any followers, none.
Right.
And I have pictures where there's maybe 100 likes, but I'll post another one and then do some Insta stories on it.
Right.
And that picture will get 1,000 likes.
Okay,
So
I like that because that's good. No, we haven't had somebody talking about that here. So how do you work that? So do you monitor it and then decide whether you're going to do it, or do you already have the story planned out?
You know,
see what I'm
I
saying?
don't,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't plan out anything. I'm
Okay.
I can
Fly by the seat of your
my
pants.
pants
Got
kind
you.
of gal
Okay,
there
all
with
right.
that. And I just post whatever I think is funny or real.
Right. Okay.
Like if you
Authenticity is what you're all about.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you follow my Instagram and you're watching my stories, I post a lot of stuff. I have birds. I'm like a crazy bird lady. I have 3 parrots, basically.
They live a long time. They're cool.
Yeah, I have a Goffin cockatoo, I have a Senegal parrot, and then I have a ringneck parakeet. And I'm constantly posting videos of these birds and my boyfriend, because he'll sit there and like cradle them like a baby.
Aw.
So you have this like 6'2", like 250-pound black guy with a big bald head, like cradling this little bird like this and just go, woo, and it, people go bananas over it.
Yeah, they like the cute stuff.
They like the cute stuff. They like the funny stuff.
Yeah, they do.
And they like, the colors and the techniques.
Yeah, unique. We could call it unique. Yeah.
Yeah,
if it's something you see every day, people are like, I've already seen that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
something unique is great. And
Yeah.
you tend to be more unique.
I try.
Yeah, you're doing
Try.
good. So what about when you take your pictures of hair? Do you have a certain way of doing it? Do you like natural light? Do you like a ring flash? What's your technique? What do you recommend?
So I usually, something you'll hear the owners of the salon that I work at talk about, David and Alexis, like David will often say, don't spend 5 hours on the hair and then 3 seconds taking one photo. I try to give myself a little buffer of time because I like to take pictures in a few different areas of the salon.
Yeah. You have different lighting opportunities there?
Yeah, certain
Okay.
things look better on the white wall. Like there's a white wall on one area of the salon, and I love taking pictures on the white wall. The only
Everybody was
problem,
getting into white walls for a little while, weren't they? Yeah.
yeah, because sometimes if you have like these brick walls are great,
Yeah.
but a lot of the times it can be a distraction.
Yeah.
And I don't have a newer phone yet
Got it.
because I'm waiting for the iPhone 8. Apple, I'm watching you.
Oh, you're waiting for the new one?
I'm waiting for the
All
new
right,
one.
all
I'm
right,
due for an
okay,
upgrade.
okay.
But if you look at Photoshop, okay, like if you have like that application,
Mm-hmm.
when you start with Photoshop, you start on a gray background. Do you know why?
Why?
Because color shows up best on a gray background.
There you go.
So if you can find a gray
It
background,
doesn't absorb as much light and edging. There you go.
Exactly, and it reflects light and edging perfectly.
Yeah.
It's just that right amount of everything
They
coming
call
into
it gray
one.
balance, but yeah, I figured.
Okay, gray balance. There you go.
Hey, I know
Yeah.
because I do video and stuff, but I was just saying, you tell
Yeah,
them, hey,
okay.
there you
So
go.
you know what? And I think a lot of people don't realize that. So that's why, like, at the salon I'm at, I get some on the white wall. But anytime I get anything on the white wall, a lot of the times I have to adjust the brightness. So then I'm having
You
to
lose
go
your
in.
edges.
Yeah, I'm having to go in and edit the photo and get that picture to look the way it did when they walk out. And to me, that kind of takes away from the authenticity of the photo. I'm very particular about that though, because I want that picture to look exactly how it left.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the key.
When they, like, a lot of the times I'll sit there and do it right in front of my client so that I can compare and know that that's what it is. So if you see it on the white wall, I've literally sat there like this with the hair right there. I'll even pick it up and I hold it to my phone. Like if this is my phone, I'm like, okay, that looks, and I'll ask the client, does this look like this? And they're like, yeah, it looks good. And I was like, okay, cool.
Well, the bottom line of all this is taking the time with the photo. Making sure the photo's right. And you know what? Every single person that sits in that chair will give that advice. They said, don't put up stuff that's not it's at the best that it could be, right?
Right. I have photos that have amazing color, but maybe the hair is a little too frizzy for my comfort. I just won't post them.
I agree.
And I like I said too, I do take pictures in different areas. I take pictures on the gray wall because the vivid colors show up amazing
Oh, yes.
on that gray wall.
Yeah.
More natural colors show up amazing on the white wall.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends. And if you look through my phone, like I have over 12,000 photos on that phone right now.
Wow. Hope you have a SD card on there that you can.
No, I don't. I
all in the
actually,
memory,
I have
yeah.
like 100, the biggest gig of iPhone 6S you could
Oh,
get.
oh, yeah, it's iPhone. Okay.
And it's almost full. And I'm like, how do you fill up like 100 and
Well,
something?
you know how.
Yes. Take pictures of hair.
That's right, dang it. Well, I have another question here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
It is, do you use an editing or posting app, and which one is your favorite if you do?
Editing or posting app.
Yeah.
I don't really use any posting apps. I've tried a few posting apps, but you still have to go in and manually post because Instagram, if you're using a bot to Instagram, they're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna.
You mean if you're a
cancel
Russian
your account,
supermodel
okay?
and you like do that all the time? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
that happens a little bit. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
They get turned off. They're
Yep.
going to delete your account. Editing, I don't really edit my photos a lot. Like I said, the only thing I ever adjust on my photos is the exposure if it's needed.
Right.
But then you kind of have to go and balance out the colors sometimes too.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I'm doing that, make sure your client's right there, you guys. Don't do that. Try to do that.
So you can do your comparison.
Yeah, because
okay.
you need to make sure that that hair in the photo is how it looked when that person walked out the door. So when I do that, I do have Adobe Photoshop. I pay
Right,
like a monthly
yes,
fee for. I
yes.
think it's like for. I don't know if it's Lightroom that I have or if it's Photoshop, but it's basically to just adjust the exposure.
Okay, good.
Sometimes I'll even like the Instagram has a good one to sharpen,
Okay.
and that's about all I do. I adjust exposure if the lighting's not bright enough because we had a ring light at the salon at one point, and I don't know. I feel like it got broken or something.
Right.
And I have one at home too, but it's
Well, it's
kind of a
50-50
hassle.
on that. It just depends on what you're trying to achieve. There's a lot of people that just said for a longest time they're doing ring lights, and now they're getting back to natural lights, and they're trying to do comparative photos now, just like what you're doing. You're right on trend with what most people are saying these days.
Yeah, cool.
They have several different lighting schemes that they like to shoot under, so then they pick the best. So there you go.
Yeah,
Good advice.
and the photos that I post, you know, I think the one that I posted the other day, it was like this pastel kind of rainbow hair. I think I took a couple hundred pictures of her hair.
Yeah.
And the one that I post, the ones that I post are the ones that look truest to
Most accurate.
Yeah, how that hair looked when it left, but also the cleanest without any. I don't.
So it's very important. So you take it seriously. That's
Yeah,
what most people say that are successful.
Yeah, I
So-
don't usually Facetune people unless the client asks that
Right.
because it's really hard to Facetune and not hit the hair.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Good advice.
So yeah.
Good advice. I like it. Do we have any more pictures, Stephen? Ooh, hello. What's this going?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
going on here? I like it.
Little hobby McHobby over here.
Yeah.
So that is from a couple Halloweens ago. It's kind of, you know, how everybody jokes about like your hidden talents. I love doing costume makeup,
Yeah, it's very cool.
and this, like, you can kind of see, like, the edges aren't totally smooth, but it still, like, came out really cool.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a Cheshire Cat from, so I'm kind of I'm a game nerd.
Right.
And one of my favorite games.
Of course you are. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's
No
bad.
problem. Good. You got it wired?
Totally. I
Yeah.
have everything. So
Yeah, see, you're the opposite of me. I cannot. I'm serious. I just had a brain test, okay? And I am massive multitasker. Brain speed super high. Focus, almost nothing. So you have to focus if you play video games.
Oh yeah.
So you can focus.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
like I have headphones that
Oh,
and I
yeah.
can talk. You know, and I don't play Call of Duty anymore because I'm the guy that'll talk like
Way too
mad
much.
smack to the 12-year-olds.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm a jerk.
I've seen people doing that before, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy here, Angel Del Sar, used to be my main educator over here, and he was addicted to Call of Duty. We'd go do hair shows. He would literally bring a sheet, put it up in the room, okay, and little kids, and it was, I'm like, dude, you got to go to bed. You have a show tomorrow. No, and he's like, has this accent, this Spanish accent. Oh, he's like, they're just going off. Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so that's
man,
you.
these
Okay.
little 12-year-old kids, they got mouths on them, man.
Oh, they do.
They're horrible. I'm like, would you kiss your mom with that mouth? What is
Oh,
that?
yeah.
But this is from one of my favorite, like, all-time games because the graphics in it,
Just
it is
crazy,
pure
huh?
artwork. It's American McGee's Alice, and this is the Cheshire Cat from
And
the game.
who is that? Is that you or?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
I did
that's
that on
cool.
myself
I
at
love
work.
it.
That was the first year I started working at Butterfly Loft.
That's cool.
And
Oh
I-
yeah, we got to mention that.
Yeah, and
So now you did. Butterfly off.
yeah.
So that's where you work. Tell us about it. What's that all about?
I love it. You know, at some point I'm hoping to move into like the suites that they have, but not yet.
Now that's in Woodland Hills, which is outside
Yeah,
the valley. It's the valley.
well,
we
it's in
call it the
Encino,
valley,
but yeah,
right?
it's in the valley.
Yeah, you're a valley girl.
It's a huge salon, so they have the salon there, and I think there's maybe. I don't know the numbers, so I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, Dave and Alexis. I'm not sure on the numbers completely, but I think there's 30 stylists in the salon.
Sure.
And then they have the U bungalows, which are similar to like a Salon Republic or what are
Solo
they?
Salon, Phoenix
Yeah,
Salon,
yeah,
things like that.
Phoenix
yeah,
Salon.
the individual booth rental.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's
yeah,
those.
okay.
It's those.
But it's more a little different there. It's like really creative environment, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool individuals just working
Yeah.
in between the suites and just in the salon itself. And I'm kind of in the front corner. We're all independent stylists, so we all rent our station. So we're booth rental, which is great because we can use whatever we want.
Sure.
They also created Pulp Riot, so
Right.
we have access to Pulp Riot pretty easily. But like myself being a matrix artist, I can also use my matrix, and I don't have
Which
to
is great.
worry about any kind of retribution or anybody being mad about it.
Good.
You know, it's a good environment. There's no drama in there, and I think if there was drama,
Except if you
David
pump your
would-
tins right by the window.
Yeah,
then
man, I can't.
You can't
like,
do that anymore.
Can't shake the glass.
No,
you know?
what's going on with that?
I know. I'm sorry. It's funny because Donald, he's like our maintenance dude. He does everything for
Yeah.
us, and he'll come up and be like, Jess, what's up, Jess? I heard you pull in. You bumping it. I heard that. and if you know Donald, you know that's how he talks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He's awesome.
Sounds
He's
like
great.
a cool dude, actually.
He's really cool, and he's like, I heard your car, and then he walks off, and he's like, I heard you bumping.
Sounds like a fun place.
It
Hey,
is
we got a
fun.
question.
Okay.
Okay. A lot of people have been asking this lately, and I don't know what your opinion on it. But do you offer a salon offer shadowing? Do you or your salon offer shadowing?
So.
Which you know what shadowing means, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not shady, it's shadowing.
It's
different.
shadowing.
Yeah. Like they watch you.
They don't really.
Advocate that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
There's a lot of us in there, and I think the salon has become, and this is just my opinion, but it's become somewhat iconic. Like a lot of people know
Right.
of the salon.
Yes.
So the problem becomes is if, and it's probably a question that's better asked of David and Alexis. So I
Okay,
can't
good.
really speak
Good answer.
for them.
So go ahead and tell everybody.
Yeah, it's probably
Just-
something you'd have to talk to David
and then
and
where
Alexis
would they
about.
go? What to ask to find out? Where would they go? What's their Do you remember or anything?
You
or
would just have to call the salon.
just go to Butterfly Loft and
butterflyloft.com.
Okay.
I do know that they're not usually letting people do that.
Got it.
And the reason being is because we're working stylists. It's not that we don't want you to come and check out and learn, but we also
have to
have
honor,
clients
respect
that-
your clients.
yeah,
you have to
and like
respect
my
them.
clients aren't gonna always appreciate that.
Okay.
I do I'm actually looking for an assistant right now. So there's
Yeah,
that.
that'd be great to have working with you as an assistant, huh?
It'd be fun.
You don't hurt
them,
them, right?
No, I don't hurt them.
Right, good.
I am a little bit military, and
Yeah, so
it's like super
organized
part-time.
and yes.
But so there's opportunities like that a lot of the times.
Okay.
I do know every so often, someone will shadow, but I do know that you generally have to go through David and Alexis to do something like that, and they're very particular with it because they don't want to disturb us.
Okay.
And it's more about keeping drama and stuff
Yes,
like
I
that
agree.
away from our environment.
It's energy, it's flow,
Yeah.
salon flow, liability, so many other things. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just touched on it right there. You hit the nail on the head right there with liability. It's, if someone is shadowing and they come and they knock over my tray of color or my shears are on there or something, that's $800
And everybody's
for a
different.
pair of shears.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let me ask you a big question. You ready for Halloween?
Oh my God.
See?
I cannot wait. I actually have to go home. I figured out what I'm going to do this year.
Okay.
I don't know what we're doing with the salon stuff yet. Usually we dress up at the salon too. Like,
Sure.
I think, was I out of town for it last year? I don't remember what happened last year, but I don't think I dressed up at the salon. I think I was gone. But the year before that, everybody did Disney characters.
Oh, wow.
But this year I do have something pretty cool planned.
Ooh, wow.
It's a video game character.
Oh, cool.
So I'm trying to, if anybody has any good cosplay, I need a Bayonetta costume, guys. So send me your references.
Bayonetta. Let's do it.
Yeah. Because I forgot my glasses, so I'm doing contacts this week. But my glasses, when I was wearing them the other day, and someone was like, "Oh, you look like Bayonetta," and I was like, I was in GameStop.
So you're ready.
And this guy was like,
And
"Do you remind me of Bayonetta?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm on this. I'm so on that."
I figured it was a big holiday for you. Hey, do we have any more pictures, Steven? Ooh, hello.
That's my headshot.
Pretty in
basically.
pink.
So one of my really good friends, and I often call her my muse because most of the time she lets me do whatever I want to her hair. She took these for me. She needed a model for a handbag company, and I was like, "Ooh,
Okay.
me," And
That looks cool.
yeah, so Mackenzie, she goes by Kenzie Cakes. I'm just gonna shout her out
Shout her out.
because she's great, and I don't think she quite gets the tags and respect and love that she deserves. But when she took these of me, I was like, dude, I want to buy high-res copies of that photo
Yeah, this would
because
be
I want to
really
use it
cool.
as a headshot. And she was
Right.
like, okay, cool. So
That'd
I
be
bought
cool to
that
make
from her.
a something framed. Like a
Oh, that's a
frame or
really good
something.
idea. I hadn't even thought
because
about
the
that.
colors on your wall, that'd be so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And
Very
I think
cool.
at the time, I think that's manic panic in my hair, actually.
Yeah.
But
Well,
whatever.
pink always lasts. Ooh, we have another question. Hello. What do we got here? Let's see. It says, do you offer private education yourself personally? And how would someone inquire about that? Like if they wanted to find out about like you giving classes or you training or what's
okay.
going on with that?
I do. I'm actually working on something right now with, she goes by Steph H. Stylist, so Stephanie Hodges. So you can
Collab, like a
yeah,
collab,
yeah, we're going to be doing a little collaborative class
So all that
soon.
information is going to be on your
My Instagram.
Instagram,
If
yeah.
you want to find out about classes or events that I'm teaching at, or matrix events that I might be at, Instagram.
Okay.
I always post it on my Instagram because I just have a larger following there. Sometimes it'll be on my Facebook, but Instagram.
Instagram's
Hair
more
Hunter.
businessy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I keep my Facebook a little more personal. I do have a business page, but
Yeah.
my Facebook, like,
That's most people.
I kind of stopped adding people when that video went kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect that, and I was like, wow, I can't add all of these people
Right.
because if I add everybody, I'm not going to have room for.
Yeah, you'll be capped out and then you'll be.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that guy. So
Yeah,
it's
okay.
nothing personal. It's just.
Yeah, it's people you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Do we have another picture, Stephen? Yes, we do. Ooh, is this you? Who's this?
So this is one.
No, that's not you, right?
No. God,
That's
I
your
wish-
muse? Is that your muse?
No, it's actually another client of mine. She comes in about every 4 weeks, and I posted this, or I sent this one in because this was really a labor of love. This is my client Vanessa, and she's so funny. I love when she comes in. Like, I think, as hairdressers, we tend to build these relationships with certain clients, and she's one of my favorites. Like, if she went to someone else, I'd probably be like so devastated because we always have a good time.
Yeah, I like that one with the barber. Remember that video that was all viral? That the guy, they were out in the rain everything. He was his barber and he cheated on him. Went to another
Oh,
guy.
yeah,
and
yeah.
That would be you, right?
Yeah, I'd be like, Vanessa, why? So she came to me because she went to someone trying to go blonde, and they just cooked her hair.
Yeah.
So for a while, we were doing bond building treatments, and I would only lift her root for her base. And now, about 6 months later, we finally got her to where she could do this awesome silver. And
How does silver last for you?
depends on what I'm using, and it depends on how they take care of it.
Yeah, but it's a tough one, right?
Yeah, I try to talk people out of it, honestly.
Yeah, most people do.
I really do try to talk them out of it, because here's the thing, like, you're going to pay me a few $100s.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean like 200, like I'm
No, it's
talking
time.
$300-$400 for something like that,
Yeah.
depending on, she was already previously lifted. Like this was like I said, this was a serious labor of love.
Yeah.
You're going to come in and be $1,000 in probably most of the time before you get
Oh, yeah.
to an actual silver.
yeah.
You're going to shampoo it once and it's going to be green.
Yep. Thank you for being honest.
And when you call me and you're mad because it's green and want your money back, I'm going to tell you no, because I'm going to be like, I told you
Right.
that it was going to do that. But
It's great for pictures, though,
it looks beautiful, and
for that day.
hers is now, because she's lifted out properly and safely. When hers faded out, it actually faded to a nice ashy blonde. So she's platinum now. She's very Khaleesi looking right now.
One of the things that we've found too, and I'm not advocating anything I do, but a good toning shampoo can help maintain that if it's set up right.
Yes, she
Yes.
religiously has purple shampoo at home. I make
Yes.
sure of that. I tell her, I'm like, look,
Yes.
I don't care what kind of purple shampoo you're buying. I don't care
Yes.
if you're buying it from me. Just get one. And if you're worried about the quality of it, text me. I will tell you about it. And I think, I don't know how many of the people watching are clients versus stylists, but I think a good stylist, you'll do that for your clients. Clearly, we want them to buy products that we trust and approve of, but not everybody has, that capability or whatever. I like to tell them, look, you're spending this much money on your hair.
Yeah, maintenance.
$30 more or
Yeah,
$20 more
exactly.
or whatever it is not that much more for quality stuff to
No,
take care of it.
because especially when you're talking silver, grays, violets,
Yep.
even tonality for yellow, any kind of yellow. I
Yep.
mean, you know how it is. It's
Yes.
it's called maintenance.
Yes,
Bottom line.
just get something. So I tell them, I'm like, look, if you're not going to buy my stuff, text me and show me what you're going to
Yeah,
get.
because you want to guarantee your work.
And that's what I tell them. I'm
I
like, look,
agree.
if you're not buying my products and I don't know what you're using,
It's tough to guarantee it.
then if it does fade out weird or your hair breaks off or does something crazy, I'm going to be like, well, I'm sorry. I don't know what you used at home. I don't know what you did.
I agree. I'm with you. Good advice.
So-
We got another question.
Yeah, questions.
Do you require an in-depth consultation for each new client?
Absolutely.
Figured you did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not doing, I would actually, okay, if you go to a hairdresser and they don't do a consultation with you,
Run.
yeah, you need to get out of the chair and leave, because
It's not a video
No.
game. Your hair will be fried off.
yeah, I have one of my good friends recently, she moved to, and she's one of my clients, and she moved to Orange County. So it's a trek. So
Yeah.
she went to a place.
Yeah,
and
bad traffic, it could be 2 hours getting to you.
it could be 4 sometimes.
Well,
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice, but yeah. you're
Yeah.
right.
Well, it's LA. You
Yeah.
don't have to be. Nobody's nice in LA.
Yeah. And I used to live there for a long time, so I know.
Well, she told me she came back to me a couple weeks ago and she was like, Jessica, I'm so sorry. I went to this girl and she cooked my hair and blah, 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 blah. And she was like, she didn't really talk to me about anything. And she basically went to this girl's house.
Ooh, even
Which-
worse.
Yeah, and I get it. Sometimes you're in a pinch and you need a quick fix, like you're broke, whatever, you're
right.
going through a tough time. I understand. Like, I think we've
Right.
all been there.
Right.
But
But you get what you pay for, unfortunately.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she mentioned that. She was like, I got what I paid for. And I was like, no, we can't really do anything. Like, I was terrified. I told her, like, you need to buy all this stuff. I actually gave her treatments to take home. I was
Yeah.
like, just take this, take it home and use it. I
Yes.
said, because I don't want to come to your house and cut your hair off.
Right.
She was crying because, like, we were trying to do stuff and it was breaking off. And I was like, I don't know what else we could do, just
Yeah.
use this stuff. And now she's good. We're lifting her out again
Good,
safely.
good.
Even, it was two months. 2
Wow.
months. We got her hair back to
Hopefully she learned a lesson.
Yeah, she's not going to do that anymore. But,
Good.
and she told me, she was like, she didn't even do a consultation with me. And I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
wait,
scary.
and you stayed?
Yeah.
She was like, well, I didn't know. And I was like, oh, well.
So bottom line, if they don't consult, you must bolt. Ooh, I rhymed it.
Ooh, that's good.
Thank you.
I
Hey, how you doing?
I might steal that.
Pump that on the tens.
You don't consult, you must bolt.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can use that. Go ahead. Hey, we got any more over there? Any more pictures? Ooh,
Oh, man.
that's cool now. That's pretty cool.
So
That's
this
cool.
is,
Different.
David and I often joke about this being like the ant or the cockroach of social media viral posts because it's going to survive a nuclear apocalypse. This has a really crazy story. So I call this the PBJ hair because it looks like peanut butter jelly.
Yep.
Yeah. It honestly wasn't one of my favorite things that I ever did.
Of course it wasn't, but yet it
The
blew
girl
up.
loved it. The client loved it. And it was something, she was starting a new job. And she
It
was
makes
like,
you hungry.
doesn't it look
Yeah,
like,
it
really
does.
reminded me of PBJ.
Absolutely.
I'm like, oh, the PBJ hair is back. It shows up like, it's like evergreen, man. This stuff shows up
Yeah.
every so often.
And you got your grays and your whites and your everything on that background.
There's a little-
so really
yeah.
good, clean edge.
That's
good
the wall.
contrast.
But it's so funny because throughout social media, when I posted it, it just went bananas. And
PBJ and bananas.
yeah, it went Elvis Presley style.
Yes, it
over
did.
there. And it's now got, I've kind of stopped tracking it, but it's got over 700,000
That's a good one.
shares between, and likes, comments,
That's
all
a
that
good
stuff
one.
between Pinterest. If you go on Pinterest right now and type in purple highlights, I bet you an ice cream sandwich.
Yep.
That'll be like the second or third picture that shows
Wow,
up.
crazy. Sometimes you just knock it out of the park, kid. Oh, another question. Speaking of which, knocking it out of the park. What do we got here? We have another question for you, and it is, what is your favorite rose gold formula? Because it's really popular now, as you know.
I don't have a favorite rose gold formula.
You do it client to client?
It is, so rose gold is one of those colors, I call it over the ear speak, okay? Do you want it over the ear or over the ear?
Right.
Okay? If someone comes in and they say, I want rose gold, okay, let's find a picture.
Yeah.
Because
Because it can mean so many things, right?
Yeah, because what you think is rose gold, I might not think is rose
Right.
gold.
Well, I see people going
This to
rose
me
gold,
is
rose
rose
gold.
gold.
Yeah, that is rose gold.
These are rose
Or
gold.
some people would say it's copper looking.
Right, but if you look at my phone, I have a pink iPhone over here, right?
Yeah,
They called that rose gold.
that's not rose gold. That's silverish pink.
Right. So I don't really have a good, I'm sorry, I can't really answer that.
Yeah, but you know that's why they asked it. Because there's so many variations what rose gold is today. That's why when, like, I like to just do it temporary, play with it for a while, like with toning shampoos, like, because I have these really good ones. And you could play with it. Basically, it's some kind of red
Yeah.
and some kind of yellow, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good answer, right?
So
Hey,
yeah, no, I oftentimes when I'm doing a rose gold toning or glossing treatment, I usually have to do it a few times to get it
Right, and then remember your
perfect for the client.
formula. So yeah,
And then you have to repeat the same steps every time they come in to get that same color.
Yes, I know.
Usually.
Yes.
So I tell them, I'm like, okay, we'll go for a rose gold. I need to see what you're looking for in that, what your definition of this is that. So they always have to bring in pictures. And then I tell them, I'm like, okay, we're going to try for this, but this is going to be trial and error type of thing. So that being said, every tube of color I pull out of the cabinet, we're adding $10 to $15 to your bill.
Oh, absolutely.
Just so you're aware of that.
You have to.
And usually they're okay with that, you
Yeah.
know, most of the time. Because and I would say 9 times out of 10, I nail it, you know, in the first try.
Yeah.
But that's because I've learned the hard way. And now I'm telling them, show me what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because,
Give me a range. Oh, we got
Yeah.
another question. What's this one say? So good. That was a good question, actually. Megan said she Pinterest purple highlights, and your photo is first.
I told you, Megan, if you are in LA, I will buy you an ice cream sandwich.
There you go, Megan. You got an ice cream sandwich coming your way. Hey, do you have any more pictures, Steven? Ooh, hello. What's up with this one?
Oh wow, it looks really
Kinda cool,
red
yeah.
on there, but it's actually, so this is, I sent this in because I wanted to show kind of, you know, that whole, it's actually more orange. I don't know why it's showing up
It's
so
just the way the monitor
red
is.
on the screen,
Yeah,
but this
way
is
the
a very
monitor.
natural copper.
Okay.
And if you look at it on my Instagram, you'll see it, but it's on that white background. So this was the client I had in mind when I was saying I actually sat there and I did this.
Right, to make sure.
Because I had to adjust that exposure
Yeah.
because it was so dark that day. and I was not getting a good
Well,
picture
where
on
did
the
she
gray
start
wall.
out? I mean, where did she start out as far as her
I didn't
natural
lift her at
color?
all.
You didn't lift her at all?
Not at all.
So what's going on with the roots then?
So her base, she came in and she had some like, I don't know if she had like previously done a balayage or something.
Okay.
I don't know. Her ends were like right about here. That much of her ends were lifted out still, but the rest was not. Her base was so I'm a matrix artist, so this is all matrix color right here.
Okay.
Her base was a 4RV plus
Okay.
with 20 volume.
Okay.
Okay.
What was she starting out as far as her?
Oh, her
hair
natural
color,
level?
her natural level,
I'm
yes.
sorry. Her natural level was like right around a 6.
Okay,
Kind of
so
between
it's
a
good to
5
work
and a
with,
6.
easy to work with. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So not quite as dark. Like, I don't know if you can see, not quite as dark as, it looks really dark here,
Yeah.
but my hair is like around like a natural level
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad, and it was her natural hair. This was virgin hair, except for right
the ends.
here on the ends, which
Yeah,
were
so you
lightened.
brushed it up, got it where you wanted to be. Then you went in with some foil packages and got a 4.
I didn't even foil that.
Oh, you did not? Just freehanded
No,
it.
that's all balayage. It's color
Okay.
melt.
That's nice.
So we started out, her base is Matrix 4 RV Plus with 20 volume. Then the mid shaft is the HD RR from Matrix with 30 volume to give her some extra lift. That's how I got it that bright without lifting her hair with
Oh, so you did
actual
not
lightener.
lift. Okay, good. Okay.
And then the ends were the HD CR, which is a high definition, so the high definition red, high definition copper. And then in the ends, I added some matrix copper So Boost. So she wanted her to be, she wanted pumpkin spice,
Right,
super Halloween.
intensity, yeah.
Like intensely, but still natural looking, something she could pull off at work without getting into trouble.
Yeah.
That orangey copper.
And that'll last longer than your direct dyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and it was also 30 volume on the ends, even though they were,
Near the edge.
previous lifted.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do something like that, guys, check the hair and make sure it's gonna handle.
I think so.
Handle that. It's all
I would recommend that.
integrity of the hair here.
I agree. We're using amazing additive, but anyways, did I say that? Okay, so how do you recommend clients maintain the hair that is like this?
So
With
reds.
Reds, yeah.
So the red color molecule, from what I've always been told and understood, is the largest color molecule. So what happens is it's really hard to get it into that cuticle because your cuticle lays like this, right? And then the developers open it however much. But because that color molecule is so big, only a few of them go in there. So a
That's
lot
one
of it,
theory, but we're not going there. But go ahead.
That's my theory. That's
Yeah,
what
no,
I've
that's
always
one theory.
been told.
There's other theories out there on the market today about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did
so
not
if
know
you
that.
want to know, check it out. Hey.
But that color molecule, sometimes it's hard to get in there, so it kind of lays on the outside, so they fade a lot quicker. And then when the color molecules do get in there, they fall out because it's
Bottom
harder
line,
to
you
close
don't
it
want to be
down.
opening that cuticle. Bottom line.
Right.
No matter what the color molecule, you don't want to be opening the cuticle.
Right. So you got to be able to close that down
Yes,
really
correct.
well to hold this. So something like this, I still tell them to wash it in cold water. I often will tell them, what I did is I went to Target and I bought those little, those hand sprayer things that hook up
Right,
to your
yes.
faucet. Hook one of those up and hold your head over your tub and wash your hair like that, because
don't
that
get all
way
messy, yeah.
you don't have to take a cold shower. So I still tell them to rinse it with cold water, and then you're going to come in, every 6 to 8 weeks, and we'll just do like a quick brightening toner, or a toning shampoo
Right.
is always a good thing to purchase too.
And I would recommend a toning shampoo that has a low pH.
Yeah, because if you use a higher
you.
pH, it's going to open up the
Yeah,
cuticle
which
and pull that
only
stuff out.
I have the only one that does that, but that's cool. In the world.
Really?
I'm the only one.
I didn't know that.
Cationic, low pH, doesn't strip.
Yeah, because if you're using an alkaline-based product on
Which
your
all
hair,
of them are,
that
except for
opens
mine.
your cuticle.
Except for the one
So-
I make, yeah.
Yeah, so that
I'll give you some.
okay,
Play with it.
cool, yeah.
Let people know what you think. You don't have to work for me, but you could say, oh, this was cool.
No, yeah, well, Matrix has purple toners, so toning shampoos, but I don't
Cool.
think they have any color toning shampoos
I've
yet.
got red, yellow, you can make rose gold, anything. All 4.5 to 5.5 pH. Keep
Oh,
the
that's
cuticle
cool.
closed, and you can play games with it. So I'll give you some.
And see, when I'm in classes, like that's one of the things I like to talk to people about is like the pH of the hair. Like it's
Yes,
important.
it's everything.
Like if you're putting something like there's certain products on the market, I'm not going to say any names, but you add it into your lightener and they have a very high alkalinity.
Yes, they do. And they coat the hair and you can't cover gray afterwards. I don't know anyone would use it, but hey, let's not go there. But yes.
Yeah, I don't use those products either.
Yeah,
Actually, I use I'm Matrix, so I use a lot of Matrix.
Good.
And theirs is
chemistry is
a low
important.
pH. So, but you need those.
Chemistry actually matters.
It does. It does. And I'm like, I'm a nerd, so it's like I want to know that stuff, and it's important to know these things too for your clients, because if you're putting something with a high alkalinity into something that has is an acid-based, like I always like to use a lot of vivid color lines, right? As an example, okay. So let's talk about Pulp Riot, because I can talk about them.
Yeah, you're there. You're in the headquarters.
And I love their product.
Yes.
They are a more acidic-based product. They're very conditioning for the hair. When you put in a bond builder that has a high alkalinity into that Pulp Riot, or if you put it into like your Matrix or what are some of these other lines that are?
Oh, any of them.
Any of those vivid color lines, Pravana, any of them that are low, like an acidic
Most
color.
people now that have a successful direct dye, including I make one, they use acidic dyes.
Yeah. If it's an acidic dye and you're putting something into it that's a high alkalinity, it's not going to stick on the hair nearly as well.
Nope.
It's just going to.
That's why you need a bond builder that's not going to affect that, right?
Right. So you need one with a low pH.
Yeah, I know one, but we're not going to say that.
Yeah, I have to.
We'll give you some.
Matrix has one. I'll just put that out there.
Yeah.
But there's a few of them out there that have an acidic base, and that's what you want to use for
generally,
mixing into color.
Generally, if you don't have these high resin contents and things like that, and it's not polymer resins, it's different. So there's a lot of technology behind it. Yeah.
I think you can mix like a high alkaline with lightener, because lightener is alkaline.
Well, lightener becomes alkaline, because what happens is you produce ammonia through the process. Yes.
Yeah. So that doesn't affect that, but when you're mixing it into your acidic color lines, it affects it.
Absolutely.
And I can show you pictures of that.
We've done a million
hair I've had
tons
to
of testing. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So there you go. So good. It's good advice here. Darn it. So she's your client still.
Yeah. She was actually, this was the first time she had come in, and if you go to my Instagram, you'll see a more copper picture. This looks really red to me.
It's just the monitors, sorry, and the lighting.
Oh, okay. I was like, I did not edit that photo to look like that.
It just doesn't always come up on these real high-end monitors we have here, Visios.
Yeah, the only thing we adjusted, like I said, was the exposure, and then we balanced everything out. And she stood there, and I had one of these curls, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's beautiful. Beautiful and commercial, which is great money. What do we have? Anything next? Do we have anything next? We have any more pictures, Steven? Ooh, blue. That was your blue phase.
Yeah. So this was one I did on a client recently, and it was just really popular.
I think that the cut's pretty cool. The style's cool.
And I don't even think we cut her hair for that.
Maybe you're just pretty popular.
Thanks.
That could be what's happening
I liked
here.
this because this is a project that I'm doing with Matrix right now. So I actually need some hair models.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi. I used, let's see, what was her base? She's lifted out to a level, I want to say we got her to like an 8 or 9.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. I think she's closer to a 9. She's not a 10 because her base is really dark naturally.
They always say there are no 10s. Just kidding. That's got it in there.
Did her base with, that is the indigo. So straight
that's
indigo
pretty.
from the Matrix, their color lacquers. And the ends, we melted it into some indigo that was diluted with clear.
Yeah, I can see that the variation. Looks great.
So I think I sent this in because a lot of people, one of the biggest questions I get asked is, how do you make these lighter colors? Well, you want to, I always end up throwing so much away, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, the problem there.
Mix the pastelizer first, and then you add the color to it. Yeah.
Put your clear in first.
Yep. Put your clear in first, then you add your permanent.
Start putting your polka dots in there. And stir in the polka dots before you add another one.
It's like painting. It's like making paint.
Yeah.
Super simple.
You'll see, if you're ever in our salon for whatever reason, you'll see you know, like Alexis or myself or
That's why they want a shadow. See?
you know, Tasha, some of the
Yeah.
other artists in there, like,
Yeah.
we'll have white paper towels,
Yes.
and we'll be paintings
Yep.
on, you know, like
Yeah.
some of the girls have like little painters palette
Yes.
things, those little things that you put your paints in,
Yep.
and they'll paint on there. That's how we test it, because what it looks like on that paper is most likely how it's going to
Yeah,
look on
depending on
the level
what,
on the
what
hair.
your canvas is, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, depending.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to consider the underlying pigments, but
Yeah.
we're always testing the colors,
Yes.
and we always start with clear, and you droplets in there, man.
So
like,
I've said that a million times to people, and you're right, absolutely right. Because otherwise, you're going to waste so much product.
yeah, you're gonna throw away.
So if
clear is like, you can buy. I
Oh,
know
yeah.
with like color lacquers,
Clear's-
you can buy a big jug of clear
yeah,
like this
Yeah, absolutely.
for a lot cheaper than you can buy those little tubes.
Absolutely. Well, that doesn't cost as much to make. Think about it. There's no
Oh,
color
that's
in it.
true, 'cause
There
there's
you
no
go.
color dye in it.
So it makes good
Yeah,
sense.
makes sense. I
Hey,
didn't think about
she
that.
just gave you some really good advice, save you a lot of money, and make your life a lot easier. Any more pictures over there, Mr. Sir?
No.
No, we're done?
No, that's it.
Hey, well, we have any more questions over there? Well, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to let everybody know, hey, I do this all the time with a bunch of wonderful artists like yourself. And if they want to, go on YouTube, Hairdresser Power. It's channel neutral. People from all over, different walks of life, different companies, different manufacturers, different styles. And it's there. And if subscribe, guess what happens? It comes to you. If you don't want to watch it, don't. But yeah, the option seems somebody amazing like you, right?
Cool. Thanks a
There you
lot.
go.
Man.
And thanks for sharing your story.
Yeah, no
It's
problem.
been a road, and I'm glad you're still here, by
Yeah,
the
me
way, and I'm
too.
sure you are.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot more fun stuff in your life coming up.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, you know so. You're doing great.
I'm all right.
I think you're doing great.
All
So
right.
go pump those 10s, get on the free, and make things happen, right?
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah. Thanks so much. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time.